10,000 years ago, a human being stood in a place with no roads, no map, no compass, and no coastline in sight, and walked straight home. Every single time. You couldn't. Take away your phone, spin you around in an unfamiliar forest, and within an hour, you'd be walking in circles. And that's not an insult. It's been measured in a lab. Yet your ancestors crossed deserts, oceans, and frozen continents with no instruments at all, and arrived exactly where they meant to. How? The answer might be a sense that is living inside your body right now, one you have never once been allowed to feel. Think about what these people actually did. Around 60,000 years ago, small bands of humans walked out of Africa and, generation after generation, spread across the entire planet, into the ice of Europe, over the roof of Asia, and finally across a frozen land bridge into an America that no human eye had ever seen, an empty, unmapped continent, following nothing but the land unrolling in front of them. But the most staggering thing our ancestors ever did happened on open water. Out in the Pacific, the Polynesians, with no metal, no compass, and not a single written chart, climbed into open canoes and sailed directly into thousands of miles of empty ocean. And they did not drift. They aimed. They found islands smaller than a single city, specks invisible until you are almost on top of them, scattered across a stretch of blue the size of a continent. And they did it again, and again, settling a triangle of ocean larger than all of Russia. Some of those navigators, the stories say, could lie down in the hull of the canoe and read the heading of the whole vessel, from nothing but the way the swells rocked the boat beneath their spine. So ask the obvious question. How does a human being, carrying no tools whatsoever, navigate a featureless world and win? Were our ancestors simply paying attention in a way we've forgotten how to? Or did they have something we don't? An instinct, a sense, a compass built quietly into the body, that somewhere along the way, we lost. Because when scientists went hunting through the human body for exactly that, a biological compass, they did not come back empty-handed. They found the parts, every one of them. Hold on to that. To sense a magnetic field, a body needs a receiver. In nature, there are two known designs, and here is the unsettling bit. You are carrying both. The first is a mineral, magnetite, microscopic crystals of iron, grown by the body itself, that physically twist when the magnetic field around them shifts. A compass needle, made of flesh. And in 1992, scientists found these exact crystals woven into human brain tissue. Not contamination, organized, deliberate, grown the same way a migrating animal grows the crystals it steers by. The second receiver runs on quantum physics. It's a protein called cryptochrome, sitting inside the eye, that reacts to the magnetic field the moment light touches it. It's the mechanism a robin uses to literally see north, as a pattern laid across the sky. And you have it too. The same protein, sitting in your retina right now. In 2011, researchers took the human version of that gene and placed it into fruit flies that had lost their own magnetic sense. And the flies could navigate again. Your proteins switched their compass back on. So the hardware is real. It is grown into your brain and into your eyes, which raises a maddening question. Unlike that Pacific wayfinder, unlike the robin, why can't you feel a single thing? To answer that, one team built a room designed to lie to the human brain. At Caltech, scientists constructed a chamber, a cage of wire that erases the Earth's natural magnetic field and replaces it with an artificial one they can silently rotate in any direction they choose. They sat volunteers inside, in total darkness, wired to a brainwave scanner, and told them plainly, nothing is going to happen. Just sit. Then, without a sound and without a flicker of light, they turned the magnetic field around each person's head. The people felt nothing. They reported nothing. As far as they knew, they were sitting in an empty dark room doing absolutely nothing at all. But their brains reacted. The instant the field swung a particular way, precisely the way it tilts if you turn to face north in the northern hemisphere, a specific brainwave dropped, sharply, on cue, every single time. Something inside the human brain was tracking the magnetic field, reading the true physics of it, and never once bothering to tell the person it was happening. So here's the truth, and it is stranger than the legend we began with. Your ancient ancestors almost certainly did not walk around feeling north like a superpower. When a scientist named Robin Baker tried to prove that in the 1980s, blindfolding people, driving them miles from home, and asking them to point the way back, sometimes it worked, often it didn't, and no one could ever reliably repeat it. And the great Pacific wayfinders weren't reading a secret magnetic sense either. They were reading the ocean itself, the stars, the wind, the shape of the swells, the flight of seabirds, with a trained, ferocious attention that looks like pure magic to us now. But that dark room changes the question completely. The signal is real. Your brain is receiving it this very second. The mystery was never whether the compass exists inside you. It does. The mystery is why it never reaches you. The conscious, watching, deciding you. It is a phone ringing in a room you are not allowed to enter. The sixth sense isn't gone. It is switched on. You are simply not invited to the call. And maybe that is what truly happened to our species. Not that we lost a power, but that we stopped needing it and let it fall silent. Our ancestors read the world so closely because their lives depended on every star, every swell, every shift in the wind. Then we built a compass. Then a glowing rectangle that speaks the directions out loud. And we handed the whole ancient job to a satellite. And underneath all of it, in the dark, a set of iron crystals inside your head is still slowly turning to face north. Patient, precise, completely ignored. The same instrument your ancestors' bodies carried across every ocean on Earth, still running, with no one left listening. So the next time your map app reroutes you around traffic, remember this. There is an older instrument buried in your skull that has never, not once, needed a signal. The people who crossed the entire planet without a single map are still inside you. In your blood, in your brain, waiting. Which makes you wonder what else our ancestors could do, that we've simply forgotten we can. Because your body is keeping secrets from you. And this magnetic sense is only the first. That's the next video.